Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about confidence versus delusion because I feel like, one thing that is really popular to say is that confidence is the most attractive thing. It's attractive on everyone. You should be confident. No one likes someone who isn't confident. These are messages that I hear pretty often. And then, I'll also hear, confidence is one thing, but arrogance is another. Although some people like arrogance, even though other people are repelled by it. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff out there, I think, about confidence. And then also when confidence crosses into arrogance. But, I think one thing that I really want to focus on, like I said, the title of the video, confidence versus delusion. Because while I do think that confidence is very attractive and people, everyone should strive to have it, um, is it confidence if it isn't true? Like like if you're saying something, right? And you're so sure of it, but it just isn't true, then is that really being confident? Is it, or is it just being delusional? On the one hand, I guess you could argue that some things are subjective, and so you feeling a certain way about it technically is okay because it's going to be right in certain instances because again it is subjective. So as long as there are a group of people who believe you or believe the same thing, then to those people your assessment is accurate. But I so like because so okay, if you think that you're a very good looking person, right? Like you don't just say like, yeah, I think I think I look decent. If you say something like, I'm very attractive, or I'm extremely attractive, or I am so good looking, or I'm beautiful, I'm gorgeous. If you say that, and most people, now I'm not even saying like some people, because there's always going to be someone who doesn't agree with you, right? But is it fair to say that if most people don't agree with you, then you're just being delusional? This is a real question. I'm not even trying to make a point necessarily, but I guess in a way I am because it just seems like if most people are disagreeing with your assessment, then you're being delusional. Like this isn't confidence anymore, And because I think one thing that really kind of, you know, like even with arrogance, right? Whether you like it or hate it, I feel like the thing is if you can back it up. Like say for example, you're someone who says I'm smart, or I'm really good at whatever thing. Now, if you make that statement, but then you're able to, like, if someone says, oh, you're smart, or oh, you're an expert in this, all right, well, then do this. If you're able to do it and you're able to do it like every time, then that would essentially mean that you're able to back up what you're saying. Like you're putting your money where your mouth is. And if that's the case, then that would be a fact. That wouldn't be delusion anymore. You would be stating a fact. So the arrogance would even be warranted. Again, whether it's attractive or not is a different story. But if it gets to the point of arrogance, like it goes beyond confidence, but you can back it up, then it's not delusional because you're able to back it up. So it would seem to me that what sets something apart from being confident, like, from having confidence or being delusional, is simply a matter of, is this something that can be like confirmed, or yeah, essentially, is this something that can be like confirmed in some sort of way? Now, I think it's a lot easier when it's something objective. Like I said, if there's a certain skill and you're able to hit a bunch of points in that skill, someone asks you to do something, you're able to do it, you're always able to do it, or you always are knowledgeable about something, then that's more objective. But I guess in more subjective things, like something like looks, or you know, but and I guess really that would mean that when it comes to things that are subjective, right, that you have confidence in, you have to then set up some sort of parameters or some sort of scale. Because, for example, right, so I do art, and you can call me what you want, but I do not think that all art is good. I just don't. I don't. But I do have parameters for thinking that, right? Because to me, what makes art good versus bad, I concentrate very much on the actual mechanics and skill. So to me, art is good when you're able to um basically, when you're able to, and it really, this isn't just art, but I'm talking about art right now. If you're able to um do something that most people aren't able to do, right? So if you were able to draw someone's face and it looks like that person, right? Like, if you are able to make something look the way that it's expected to look, or better, again, the more technical, not mechanical, sorry, the technical side, to me, that is what makes art good. It doesn't necessarily need to be realism in art, though I do have a high respect for realism. But even if it's, something that's non realistic, like cartoon, anime, comic, whatever type of art, as long as it looks, you know, um, it, it looks cohesive, most people probably couldn't do it. And, you know, most people, I guess you could say, want to look at it. It's attractive to the eye. Um, to me, that is what makes art good. So to me, if you just show me a blank canvas, or you just, splash some paint on it, or you just have like a pile of like literal junk and you tell me that's art, to me, it's like anyone can do that. It's not impressive. It's not good. To me, to me, if it's something that just everyone can do and it doesn't, you know, but those are my parameters for it. If you don't have the same parameters, because say you say art is good because you're basing it off of, I don't know, like how it makes you feel, right? Like if you look at it and you feel good when you look at it, then it's good art. If you feel bad, then it's bad art. Like if that's how you judge it, then that's a different judgment system. And so again, it changes the game. It changes the way you judge something. And so it I feel like everyone kind of has to be on the same page for something in order, and that's the thing, right? So again, even when it comes to looks, if most people are on a certain page, right? Like most people say, okay, this thing or these set of traits, whatever, are attractive, and you deviate from that, uh, then I feel like, at least in the sense of when it comes to the common opinion, you would be considered delusional. So I guess in this, maybe I answered my own question, although maybe you disagree with me. But I feel like the difference between confidence and delusion really just comes down to um, how you're able to accurately assess it. And are there assessment parameters set up in order for you to do that? If there's not, then it gets, again, it gets a lot more subjective. And so, it's harder to say. But those are just my thoughts on it. Uh, you know, I do still feel like it's good for people to be confident, but being delusional, I think, can hurt you. So I think really, when you're deciding if you can be confident about something, I'm not necessarily going to try to take that away from you, because I think that it does put you in a certain frame of mind that is good. But if it's something that you're expecting, and again, this is, if you're expecting other people to agree with you, if it's something like you've made this statement, you're confident about whatever thing about yourself, just understand that you can feel that way, and no one can take that away from you. Or, I mean, maybe they can, I don't know, but that's a you thing, right? But, um, if you're expecting other people to share your opinion, then, you're going to have to be willing to use their assessments. You're going to need to be able to judge the way they do to, more accurately portray, I guess, societal's view. And this sort of, I guess, goes into my video where I talked about self perception versus societal perception. But yeah, that's, those are my thoughts on it. So if you agree, disagree, have other thoughts, please let me know. Just try to keep it respectful if you do. Thank you for listening to me talk. I hope you'll listen to me again and you got something out of it. And I hope you have a good one. Bye.